Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. Just out in Orange, walking around the lake, and you know, something bigger is about to happen, guys, and we need to look at that. So many great stories today to talk to you guys about, and before I get into it, please take a second. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you get notified of everything we're doing. And we have an email list that you can sign up for. And today we have a sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But first things first, Elon Musk steps forward and he said this banking problem is going to lead to something much bigger. And we're going to have much bigger problems in business right now and globally than anybody ever anticipated, because this is going to affect everything. You know, when we had the supply chain issue 2 years ago, it just destroyed businesses. It made it so that cars weren't delivered on time, people didn't get their products, things didn't get to the stores, a little bit of everything. We actually missed out on holidays because they had no merchandise to represent, different, Halloween and Valentine's Day and things like that. It was just, really destroyed a lot of things, a lot of industries. This is going to be much bigger because the way that the banking system is set up right now is that it is destroying everything right now. And it's absolutely tragic that this is happening. Amazon right now, Amazon's going to lay off another 9,000 people. Think about this. Amazon already laid out 18,000 people already. How many people work there? Think of all these people. Think of all the people that have been laid off this year. The hundreds of thousands, about 1 million people already have been lost their job already. This is unbelievable when you think about this. So another 9,000 people are gone at Amazon. We're seeing so many things get affected by this. Bed Bath & Beyond, how they're even open right now is beyond me. It really is. Their stock is under $1 right now. How they have not gone bankrupt and off the face of the earth, I don't understand that. But, they're closing more stores right now, and they think they're going to survive this. How? I don't know. Driving to film this video today, I thought, I'll go by the Big Lots here in Orange. It's down for the count. It's closed. How many Big Lots are going to close before people sit there and realize, wait a second, they're all going to go down? So retail is completely upside down. One thing that floored me about the EV cars, everybody tries to tell me how economical they are. Oh, Dan, they're so economical. They're great. In the UK, I have a great article below about how when a battery gets a scratch on it, when a battery gets in a small fender bender, how it destroys the car. And you have to replace the entire car. Not replace the battery, because the battery can run up to 50% of the price of a car. And that you're seeing these things completely upside down right now in value. But remember, sustainability and everything for the environment, everything that we were pitched with EV cars, this is a disaster right now. This is creating, an ecological nightmare, because storing these batteries, and read the story below. It's great, talking about how people don't realize that, when you rip these batteries out, everything that goes into them, it's absolutely, devastating for the environment. But don't worry about it. It's all going to be okay. I heard the greatest newscast today where they said, wow, isn't it great that the stock market is up because the banks are all stable now? I'm thinking, what planet does this person live on that they think the banks are stable right now? The banks are anything but stable right now. We haven't seen anything yet. This is just a magic show right now, designed with smoke and mirrors to keep us preoccupied as they try to fix this. The Fed's meeting this week is more important than ever, but do you have any faith in these people at all? That what they're doing for us is going to benefit you and your business as a whole? You want people in business. You want people to succeed in this world. You want jobs. You want your niece to have a job. You want, your nephew to have a job. This is what we need right now, is companies to survive. People don't realize how the Depression was, and how when it went south and people had to live together, there were places that, I'm fascinated by this. If you ever want to read this stuff, it's great. about there would be farmhouses that basically you'd rent rooms by the hour just to sleep, shower, and get a hot meal, and then go about your day. And that was a way of life. That could come back again. You could see things like that around all of us, where there's going to be short-term places to live because people won't be able to afford renting a house. All the things with real estate right now point to major problems. With the interest rates, they're going to go up. If they freeze the interest rate, it's going to be shocking to the system. But once again, inflation is out of control. It's not going to end anytime soon. The bond market's completely upside down. There's so much more to cover. Let's talk about our sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen. As we get older, our skin gets fine lines, wrinkles, it's just not as strong. One thing that you can do is you can take collagen to improve your skin. And the advantage to Ageless Multi-Collagen is it helps with your nail health, your hair health. But more importantly for me, it's been my joint health. As I've started to work out and I've taken this product over the last couple of weeks, I've noticed a significant decrease in my joint pain. It's basically gone right now. And I attribute it to the Ageless Multi-Collagen. It is 5 different collagens from 4 premium sources, all wrapped into one. If you go to the site healthwithdan.com, you can save up to 51% off the regular price. Ageless Multi-Collagen, guys. It's odorless, it's tasteless. You put it in your coffee, put it in water, but it makes a huge, huge difference. And as we get older, it makes no difference if you're in your 20s or your 90s, you've got to take care of your skin health. And the best thing they say is collagen, because as we get older, we lose it. Go to healthwithdan.com, healthwithdan.com, and take a look at Ageless Multi-Collagen today. After a bank failure, it's very interesting that you get the Monday morning quarterbacks that step forward and say, hey, this should have happened, that should have happened. With Silicon Valley Bank, there's a couple of red flags that came out, and now we're learning about them. In 2019, think about this, it's 2023, 4 years ago, regulators stepped forward and did a citation, okay, which is one step below an enforcement action, saying that they didn't meet certain requirements for their regulatory funds, and that they did not meet financial requirements for a large financial institution. Well, thanks for telling us now. I'm glad I didn't have any money in that bank, but guys, the timing of this. Now you find out that these people were written up for shenanigans. They only had one person that was a bank regulator that even worked there. It was a mess, guys. It was just a party, is all that was. And then you look at Signature Bank, the New York bank that went down. They increased their exposure to all the cryptocurrencies, within the coming months before their closure. So was that good? Was it bad? When you look back through history and you look back at all these times that we've lost money, there were trillions of dollars lost in 2022 in the crypto market. Just like you've seen dot-com bubble and different recessions and things like that over time, this had major impact on these financial institutions. They were not ready to go public. When you look at Signature Bank and you see all these videos that these idiots were making, I mean, it was a game over. It was a joke. It was an absolute, weekend party at the, and these people are trying to run a business. It's disastrous, to say the least. So the ramifications from these financial institutions, we haven't seen anything yet. They're going to be, huge. And, Elon Musk, when he steps forward and said, this is just the beginning of this, people are going to see these, their business go out of business. You're going to see lending tightening during this time. And Warren Buffett once said in an interview that I saw that, money is like oxygen. When you're drowning and you need it, it's the one thing that you need. Well, the problem with it is that people don't realize how money is a tool to project your business forward. And lines of credit are so important. And the perfect example is construction in the rain. If you don't have a line of credit that you can't pay your suppliers and pay people, when you're not getting paid, when weather is inclement, you're not going to survive during that time. It's that simple. But people don't want to look at that, and they don't want to realize this. But interest rates are going to go only one place, and that is up right now. Even if the Fed pauses their, from their meeting, it's still going to make things go up. Real estate has already felt the brunt. I've talked to so many real estate professionals who just say, wow, it is time to get out of this. It's time to go do something else for a while because this is only going to go one direction that's down. Hanging out with my foreclosure buddies in Vegas this last weekend was enlightening, to say the least. Everything that they are working on right now is leading to getting more staff, getting their business geared up because of the problems on the commercial side and on the residential side. And I mean, one guy, I'm going to have him write a book on how to buy your foreclosure and all that stuff. I'm going to help him with that. But the point is that this is only going to get much, much bigger as far as a problem before it gets fixed. We're not at the bottom. We're not at the bottom of real estate. We're not at the bottom of the banking debacle. And for people on the news to say, oh, isn't it great that it's been resolved? No, it hasn't been resolved. It's an absolute mess right now. And it's anything, not even close to that. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. And what do you guys think about these EV cars? Do you think that they're economical? Do you think that they're worth getting right now? I just don't see it. I don't see the waste of time doing that. You know, charging and everything that goes into this. I just don't get it. So let me know what you're thinking about this. One thing I haven't asked in a while is, what do you guys want to see in the channel? What news stories do you want me to cover? Where do you want me to shoot? Let me know, guys. You know, email me at hello@iallegedly.com. Let me know what you guys want to see. Do you want me to interview more people? Let me know. Is there places you want me to film in Southern California? I'd love your recommendations. They're always great, but let me know, okay? Also, what do you want to see more of? You want to see more of the business news, you know, the data? What is it that you want me to cover? Let me know. Send it over to hello@iallegedly.com. I love it when super wealthy people step forward and warn us about things. And Leon Cooperman is a billionaire investor, philanthropist. He is saying what we're going through right now is a 100% textbook economic slowdown. And this is self-induced, and the Fed did this to us. And everything points to major problems. But two things. He said the S&P 500 will never see highs. It'll take years and years for that to happen again. And that you're going to see the S&P 500 drop as much as 50% right now. Okay? He anticipates at least 20, but it could drop dramatically as high as 50. Crazy. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, he's talking about crypto ever since the FTX debacle. And he did all the news shows over the weekend and yesterday. And he was talking about, hey, will we see another FTX problem? And he said, without a doubt, affirmative. With 100%, you're going to see another exchange go down. And I was blown away. I mean, he just said, listen, this is a problem. This is unregulated. And while you have unregulated exchanges, you're going to have these dramatic failures that are going to happen time and time and time again. So until we get some regulation into crypto, you're going to have these exchanges that are going to go down, and they're going to mistreat the money and buy things they shouldn't buy. So it's just a matter of time until the next one goes down. That's safe. You guys should rush out and put your money into crypto right now. The next thing is TransUnion did a great research report that is absolutely amazing on the state of credit card debt. We just hit a record $933 billion in credit card debt as a country. This is crazy. The worst part about this is the stats are in, and we're up 18% of where we were a year ago right now. Why? People buying more stuff? No, they're living off their credit cards. And they say the sandwich generation, which is Gen Xers, they have the most credit card debt. They have $7,000 in credit card debt. Wow. Okay. So here's what I wanted to give you guys. I'm going to give you these stats so you could sit there and say, you know, am I normal? Am I not? Gen Z, the young people, $2,876 average credit card debt. Millennials have $5,928. Gen X is $7,000, and baby boomers have $6,785 in credit card debt. So if you're under that, you're doing better than the average person. Plus, people don't have any money socked away. And Michelle Renari, who is from TransUnion, she did this report and did this research. This is fascinating, guys, that people are so upside down. People are living on their credit cards right now just to try to get by. And it's a horrible way to live. You don't want to live on debt because it's, don't get ahead that way. So save money, put things away. One thing that I've had people disagree with me in the past is, let's say you owe $20,000 collectively. Okay, there's people out there that owe $1 million, but let's say you owe 20 grand. You should still have a rainy day fund set aside as you're trying to pay that bill down in case something happens, so you can eat, pay the electric bill, and get by right now. That is crucial that you have that for yourself. So work a plan, guys. Put all your debts down. Do what you can to get rid of them right now. You're seeing such turmoil in the used car market. You haven't seen anything yet, guys. A year ago, think about how they were fighting for your used cars, paying above asking price. I had so many people that had leases that they turned back in and got paid more money than the lease was. It's over with, guys. Down 40% right now. More experts step forward and say that the financial system is, terminally broken. Egon von Greyer's economist is talking about how globally the financial system is completely upside down. We don't live in a real world where companies have to worry about balance sheets, selling things, profits. It's just completely gone. And when people realize that this is gone, they're going to go out and protect themselves. That's going to be the best thing. And you need to look at protecting yourself financially right now. And he said, physical gold, guys, is what he said to get yourself into. Dr. Nouriel Roubini, who is known as Dr. Doom, this guy steps forward again and just says that this is going to be such a hard landing for the Fed, and that we're going to see such issues when it comes to whatever the Fed does this week. It's not going to be anything that's going to be good. If they cut rates, it shows how bad the economy is. If they don't do anything, it again shows the weakness. If they raise rates, it's going to hurt everybody because we're going to pay more money for everything. So it's basically a no-win situation. But the Fed did this to themselves. The other thing is there is a list of banks, 190 additional banks from USA Today that could be the same fate as Silicon Valley Bank. That should concern each and every one of us. Because remember, it was 20 banks a week ago. Hey, these are 20 banks you should be concerned about. Now it's 190 banks that we should be concerned about financially. That's devastating, to say the least. So take a look at the stories below. Fascinating, to say the least. Robert Kiyosaki steps forward too. And again, physical gold, physical silver, Bitcoin, he's a big fan of. It's interesting because we've seen Bitcoin go up, to almost $28,000 this year. It's up like 30%. It's huge. But once again, what's it backed by? What's it regulated by? And, I still think metals are the way to go, guys. That's just me. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Let me know what you're thinking about this. Here's some travel news for you. Miami wants to cancel spring break because kids today don't know how to party, drink beer, and have a good time. They just need to know how to wreak havoc and fight and have violence. So they want to cancel spring break. In Mexico, they say that the cartel is actually going after American tourists right now. So who would want to go to Mexico right now? I'm going to answer that. Virgin Orbit, that is Richard Branson's space company. That goose has lost his mind. Richard Branson's space company is in desperate need of money because it's about to go out of business. And this last weekend, it was trying to court different investors to get them involved with the company, to try to raise money. It turned down a $200 million offer for the company. Think about this. About a year and a half ago, I did a study on how he did his little test flight, took people up to the orbit, flew them around, and then landed, and then started taking deposits. And from what I remember, it was hundreds of millions of dollars in deposits from rich people that said, I want to go to space with Sir Richard Branson. Is that insane? You know, remember he used to do the commercials with the redheaded Spice Girl? What was she? Cherry Spice? What was she? Anyways, that's the only thing I remember is the hot Spice Girl. But his space company, they're saying it made money and had revenue. How? Who's going to space with Richard Branson? So it's just a matter of time until all these guys, these billionaires, lose everything and they're done. John sent me a great article from TechCrunch about all the tech layoffs this year. As all the different companies, the list is below, and it's great. It's a great story about this, talking about how, who's laid off what. Because when you look at this, you're like, oh my gosh, there are hundreds of thousands of people that lost their job this year already. It's crazy. In just one sector of the economy, guys. It's not construction. It's not, retail. It's just tech. So the beginning to the end, guys, is what this is. But share your thoughts. Will you be going anywhere for spring break this year? I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. GM and Ford, they stepped forward and said that they're going to follow suit and do what Elon Musk did and lower the price of their EV cars to be competitive. They lose money on each of these cars, guys. Think about that. Think about how insane that is to run a business that gets government support, and if they didn't have it, they wouldn't be able to operate, but they're going to show a loss. And Ford wonders why their stock price is down. It's idiocy like this, selling something at a loss. Why not just have a few EV cars instead of shoving everything down our throats? Not everybody wants this stuff, and now they're going to start to give it away at a lower price. Toyota is saying that they're not going to abandon the hydrogen car because it's been such a success. No, I'm kidding. I made that part up at the end. It's been a failure, and they think that there's a future in hydrogen. Hey, Grandma, go buy a hydrogen car. Just remember that one's something you'll never hear another human being say. Okay? The next thing is Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is getting rid of eggs because they're too expensive. And they cannot get a competitive priced egg into the store to make it so that people can go there and buy eggs. So what do? You just get rid of them completely. Please understand, there are some people in this economy that can only go to the dollar stores to stretch things out and to buy things. So there's one less thing that they're going to be able to buy there. The final story, this is wild. This is out of the New York Post. There is a neighborhood in Los Angeles, Highland Park. This area has been victimized by random food deliveries. Not just 125, but like people getting dozens of free food deliveries a day. Uber Eats, different restaurants, McDonald's, multiple orders from people that are being sent to their homes. Since February, there has been hundreds of these deliveries. Nobody knows who's paying for them. When they confront the drivers, because when you go to Uber Eats and things like that, basically you have your screen name, you order stuff, you pay for it in advance, and it gets sent out. Imagine someone's doing this. Some group is doing this, but it's to a wealthier neighborhood, and people don't want to eat the food. They don't know if it's poison. They don't know what the problem with it is, but they're getting hundreds of these deliveries day after day after day. So share your thoughts on that. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget we have the email list. Take a look at our sponsor today. And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.